Good morning. I am outside. Weather's nice. It's comfortable outside. Still a little bit cool. Getting hot here. I would do more streams outside, except for kind of close to this road, and I feel like it's loud. But maybe I'm over. I mean, it is loud, but maybe I don't know. I'm aggravated by the road, but so maybe I'm just kind of making it more of a nuisance in my mind. So I'm going to try to just ignore it. Um, all the cars and stuff. Sometimes when a loud vehicle goes by, like it will be like too loud. Beautiful day though. Been working on my garden here. Here's my garden. Looks like a bunch of weeds, but it's actually like most of it's plants that are not weeds. There's some English ivy there. That's the only one I know the name of. Um, it's not really a garden, but I was trying to weed it. I'm gonna get it cleaned up. Got my Namaste mug. Namaste, Namaste, everyone. That means that means uh, the divine in me bows to the divine in you, something like that. That's not too loud, is it? I think that was a motorcycle. I don't know. There's a sand pit down the road. Just my selfie stick here. Having my first cup of coffee. Still waking up here. Feel pretty good because I guess I didn't work yesterday. So always busy though. What to do today? I don't know. You know, I like to not plan. That's what my weekends are for. What are you gonna do this weekend? Not think about what I'm gonna do. Actually, today is, yeah, Poultry Festival, hometown little festival that I'm probably not going to. We might though. I don't know. Friend's having a party, and you can see the fireworks from his house. We usually go. Lately though, we've been homebodies. We go out to eat. That's about it. Go do our shopping. Shopping's a chore. My son is about to get his license though. He's got a car ready to go, and I will be sending him out for groceries and whatever else I need. Beautiful morning. I love to listen to the birds. I don't hear that one. I like that one. It's kind of like I think it's a whippoorwill, or it's just like whoo, whoo. It's like this real deep sound that it usually takes like a quiet time. I don't hear him now. I was out here earlier and I heard him. Those are just squawkers there. Yeah, I'm an early person. The live streams that I would watch, that I like to watch, Deluxe and Doughboy, they're all late night, like 1 a.m. I think I went to bed. I think I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night on a Friday. Yeah, they say people, when you get older, like a lot of my friends, they'd stay up all night when they were younger, and now they go to bed, at a reasonable time, 11. But when I was young, I went to bed early. I was like 10, 11 o'clock when I was in college. I wish I had known. Just drink a cup of coffee. Now, if I'm gonna like have like a party or just hanging out with some friends, and I don't want to be all drowsy at like 8, 9 o'clock, I drink some coffee. But that will mess me up the next day. Then I stay up too late. still there. Guess I should talk about Zen. I put all my energy into a comment this morning on Facebook. It was from like an Osho quote about laziness. Um, and Osho was saying how late, the be lazy basically. The laziness never, it's all the ambitious people that cause the problems. Hitler and Alexander the Great or whatever, conquerors. They're the ones that cause all the war and all the misery. But you could say, well, lazy people, they would just stand up and fight. But then they would be the same, right? As those people trying to take over the world, probably thinking they're doing something good. It's like, well, in order to do something good, you have to fight. So you just reinforce that idea of fighting, of taking drastic action to improve the situation. When there's really nothing to be improved. We just need to strip away. I think that's what our society needs at this point. It's kind of, we need like a collective Zen fast where we just strip away the extra things. I would say strip away everything but the knowledge. All of the knowledge, all of the information of our society, all of the science, engineering, everything is, it's all could be put on computer. It all could be digitized. So there's really nothing that couldn't be saved in that way pretty easily. In the rest of the physical structures and um, I mean, of course, you can't just go start tearing down our infrastructure, but we need to drastically just rethink. That wouldn't work, would it? I don't know. Or repurpose. Maybe people just need to pause. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. I've always been thinking, what does the world need? Imagining that world. But I'm just starting to consider the world doesn't need anything. It just is. Terrifying and wonderful at the same time. Somebody's got chickens. I walk up the road. I haven't seen them. You can hear chickens for a long ways away. I want to get chickens. Won't be able to hear the baby if she wakes up, but I texted the wife. And yeah, one of my viewers yesterday said that the video title, the suggestion under the video after watching this, there's a bunch more baby videos because I think I said live till the baby wakes. So just like a bunch of mommy blogs and stuff like that, I guess. That's pretty funny. Which, Cobb CEO, if you're watching, I've read all your comments and um, I appreciate all the feedback. I am super slow at typing. Like I said, I was on this Zen thing this morning on Facebook and probably spent like 45 minutes on like a little paragraph. So my responses on comments tend to be brief. I like to write. Um, it just takes me a long time, and I write something and I go back and I reread it and then I reword it and uh, I'm just slow at writing. But Cobb CEO, I appreciate the views and the comments and the feedback. I'm trying to remember some of the things you said. I did read everything. I read all your comments. Um, but it sounds like, sounds like you're agreeing with I remember you agreed with the stripping away. And I really think that's all it is, just stripping away. And it starts with in the mind, stripping away, unnecessary thoughts, worries, desires, uh, maybe not stripping away, but just letting them fall away. Because as soon as you try to take action, like as soon as you try to, change something with the intention to make it better, then things happen. Now, our intention is a funny thing, though, and we can do things with our intention. And I had the thought this morning that really you can't go wrong as long as you're doing what you truly want to do. And I really don't think there's any way of doing anything else. But a lot of times we worry if we're making the right decision. And all you have to do is ask yourself, is this what I want to be doing? And if it's yes, then you're making the right decision. It's the why. And the why has to be because I want to. Sometimes it appears we force ourselves to do things we don't want to do because there's so many other whys that we should. It's like, well, there's this. I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it because. You shouldn't start out that way. You have to start out with, I want to do this because. Realize that you want to do it. And these are the reasons why, but really you want to do it. It doesn't matter all the reasons that you give. And if you can't admit that you want to do it, and then you still go through with something that you self-admittedly do not want to do, I think that is it's psychologically harmful and not good for your psyche. Um, and then you feel like that's the world. That the world that's life, just forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do. It's the stories we tell ourselves. So if we tell ourselves the story of I always do what I want, I don't do it unless I want to do it. Um, yeah, I may do things that are difficult for me. I may do things that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do at first. But if we act from that whole place, that place of just not thinking, thinking just messes it up. And not really feeling, yes, but not being led. I think we can go into emotion, and all of a sudden we're just being led by anger, by any emotion, but even happiness over exuberance can lead you to the path of blunder. Somebody's awake. I heard a bang. Hopefully it's just a 4-year-old. If she gets up and she thinks everybody's sleeping, she'll usually just take care of herself. Put on the TV. I'm gonna go peek in through the top window. Be very, very quiet. What's that? Something's flying around me. Shit, there's a horsefly. Crap. There's like some kind of fly trying to bite me. There's some flies out here. There's some flies out here. I don't know. I maybe should go in and check on her. I don't want to show my address plate. Okay. I'm going to go look through the kitchen window. I must be very, very quiet, though. Very quiet. She's going to see me. If she sees me, it's over. That's okay. I look like a peeping Tom through my own house here. Probably in the restroom. I might take the kids for a wagon ride a little later today. This will probably be the last live stream. I don't know. I don't know. I do what I want. But what do you really want? What do I really want? Seems like an easy question, but it's not. It's really not. Almost warm enough to take off. It is warm enough to take off this sweater. I'm cold in the mornings. Well, it's been a morning person. Where did I set my damn coffee? There it is. So, Saturday morning, sitting outside with my selfie stick. And there's a cat. Ooh, kitty, 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 kitty. Really pretty cat. Looks like a cat I used to have. There he is. I don't know if you can hear that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's not a whippoorwill. It's something. The whippoorwills. This is like. I wish I knew what it was. I don't know what it is. Really like kind of peaceful, calming sound though. Bugs are starting to come out. Grab my coffee up here. 18 minutes in. Feels like a lot longer than that. Okie dokie. Oh, the Tao Te Ching. Tao, Taote, Ching, Ching. I've been reading quotes from Lao Tzu, listening to Alan Watts and joining these groups, and it's like, why don't I just look up this Tao Te Ching? And it's really all it is this. It's 81 kind of like verses, like almost like kind of poem form, but they're like little advice. I think this royalty guy he was leaving. He was going to be a hermit, but before he left, he wrote like these 81 verses to leave behind for his predecessors, not predecessors, for his successors. Um, to have some sort of guide for ruling the kingdom or whatever. And it's supposedly written sometime around 600 BC. Um, and there's different translations. I'm like on number 49, I think. And you could read them all in probably 20 or 30 minutes, but I kind of go over things slow. I'll read it, usually I'll read it twice. I'll ponder on it, because it's not like a book. It's very not a lot, but it's pretty much the whole basis for Taoism, from what I understand. Um, and the whole philosophy of it is basically just the philosophy of non-doing, of that there's nothing, that everything that we try to do, that all the trying, all effort, all everything is just it arises out of ego. A lot of our doing, it's like we're trying to do. But he speaks of the Tao, like which is ever, it's the Tao cannot be spoken. It's everywhere. It's it was what existed before anything existed, and it's kind of what, it's the background for the universe, basically. It's the background, uh, and it doesn't know it exists. Lao Tzu says, um, and it just flows. And if we can tap into that flow of the universe, or we can fight it. And all doing, all pursuit, uh, is really is against the Tao. That the only thing to do is to just be, and is to be still, and then act when the time to act comes. It's like you won't have to deliberate, you won't have to think. The course of action will be clear. So it's not necessarily just sitting and doing absolutely nothing, because he's leaving this as, advice for rulers, for basically for politicians, to help them keep peace, to help have a successful kingdom. So it's not just saying do nothing, but basically, yes, do nothing. And then when there's time to do something, you will do it. You won't have to think about, will I do this? And we can operate our lives the same way without, I mean, people read the Tao Te Ching, or they, these Zen quotes, and they think, oh, okay, just do nothing. Yeah, ha ha, I'll just quit my job, quit cooking dinner, and quit doing laundry and paying bills. Just quit doing all that. And for some people, they may be in a place in their life where they can do that. But some simply can't, that are taking care of young children. But there are ways that we can, kind of embrace and embody this philosophy of non-doing, and you can do it while doing, because you'll find, just continue doing the things that you have to do, but with the non-mind, with the not thinking mind. So you take on a whole new perspective as you go through your daily routines, or your daily chores. That fly did bite me right here, side of the face. That's going to be lovely. I hope it doesn't swell up. There's this certain type of fly out here that when it bites me, like I got bit on my arm and it swell up so bad, like some kind of horse fly or something. I'm watching this little floaty thing. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's something in the wind or if it's like an insect. It's like an insect because it was rising. I mean, doing nothing sounds nice, but I really think most of us would be just bored out of our minds doing nothing. And that life is, It's hard to finish that sentence. Life is. That's really all that needs to be said. Life is. Life doesn't need to be measured. Doesn't need to be refined. It doesn't need to be worked. Look at that squirrel over there. Surprised the wife hasn't texted. I might not hear it because my ringer's on silent. Let me put my ringer on. Still should get notification. Okay. That's a pretty bird. Pretty song. That's just a squawker. I think I'll call that one Pretty Bird. Pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird. So cute, huh? I saw it. Very good. Is that a cardinal? It's a red bird. See how people could get into bird watching. Watch the birds. It's a pretty zen habit. Not habit, hobby. Yeah. I heard chair move. She's in there. I should go check on her. And she's pretty I mean, she's good on her own. I think and she likes it, you know. She feels like all grown up when she's on her own. But as soon as I'm there, Daddy, I want this, I want that. I should get her some breakfast. She may have tried to pour her own cereal. She can do it, actually. She can do it. Well, yeah, I think that's a wrap, everyone. Oh, yeah, there's that cardinal. Beautiful. Used to, well, I remember we first moved here back in '85. There, out to the lake, there were tons of cardinals. They were always like ramming into window, ran into the windows and mirrors on the cars and stuff. Well, I've enjoyed this little coffee break outside, my morning coffee. Thanks for sharing it with me. I will see you next time, sometime. Take care, everyone.